Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do another video using products that are still either new to me or ones that I'm pulling out going, do I still love you? And I've done a couple of these recently. Thank you for watching today. Subscribe if you haven't. I've already put on my sunscreen. I always wear an SPF 50 or more. And this one's really nice. This is from Krave Beauty. This is the Beet Shield. I love this. It gives a really glowy, dewy look. I'm sure you can see that. It's been on for at least a good 5 minutes, which is what you want your sunscreen to do, is just to kind of sit there before you put anything else on top of it. So today I'm back to Tatcha's Silk Canvas, and wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, I found this little Tatcha coin. So I'm gonna use it. That's probably more than I need. But the good thing about this is I've already hit pan. I've been digging from one side. It would have been easy to hit pan, but I like knowing I'm making progress on things that I have in my collection. I'm less concerned about seeing pan in products and more like, oh, I'm using stuff. It certainly does have a hydrating feel to it. It doesn't take down any of the glow that my skin already had. I was kind of debating whether to use a primer or not, or to use a dewy or glowy primer, because I'm going to try this for the first time today. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. It's one that I picked up during the recent Sephora Summer VIB sale, and I haven't tried it, but the whole idea of it being ultra long wear and oil free, I'm just like, okay, let's make sure we have something glowy down first. I wear the shade 1N1 Creme. What's funny is that I don't know if Laura Mercier is owned by the Estee Lauder company. It might be, I don't know, because they have the same numbering system for their foundations, because I wear 1N1 in Estee Double Wear. So I'm just going to, prime the pump. Hello? There we go. I'm gonna give myself 2 squirts. So I'm just gonna start by dotting this where I want it. And because it's more of a long wear foundation, I'm gonna only put it on half my face. I ran into this problem when I was trying the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I put it all over my face, and then I had a hard time blending it in. So 1/2 at a time. I definitely get the feeling I could build this up more if I wanted to, but I'm liking the look of it not being too heavy. Oh, that's really pretty. I'm gonna make sure I'm blending it well here. I'm gonna try something I haven't used. I think I've only used it twice. I bought it when it came out this spring. It's the L'Oreal Full Wear Infallible Concealer. The reason I've only worn it a couple of times is it really strongly reminds me of Tarte Shape Tape. And even though I still have a Shape Tape, I just don't use it because it is so drying under my eyes. And I've found things that work a little bit better for me. But I want to try this again. I thought, since we're still in summer and it still gets hot, maybe this is like my summer concealer, something that's not really going to budge and do well for me. So it does very much look like the Shape Tape in the applicator and in the style of the component. And it is very full cover, so I'm just going to put a dot over my hyperpigmentation spot, and we're going to blend it in. Oh, it really does work well to cover up spots. You can just barely see that really dark, persistent sunspot I've had for probably, oh boy, probably 15 years now. It is getting lighter. Some of the skincare that I've been using, I've really been focusing on wearing sunscreen. I think from what I've learned from skincare, if you're trying to get rid of sunspots, especially really dark ones or ones that you've had for a while, sunscreen is the best thing you can do right off the bat, because it helps it from continuing to get more pigment. The other thing that's good is things like niacinamide, tamanu oil, is it azelaic acid? There's one of the acids that's really good for helping with, I think it is azelaic acid, I could be wrong. No, it's alpha arbutin. It does look just a little bit dry. I'm going to start by setting my under eyes because I was going in with what I knew was going to be a really dry concealer and wanted to put something luminous over the top. So I'm using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. Across the bridge of my nose, tops of my cheeks, and corners of my nose, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. I definitely feel like this concealer is not for me. Let me zoom you in and show you. Okay, so we're in really tight. I think that if you were to look at it, like right here, I feel like there are places, like maybe right here and right here, where either using this brush, which is one of the softest brushes I own, it's a Wayne Goss, I think it's the number 2. It's the number 2. And tapping it in, you know, it never really lifts any product, but I can really see right in through here where this concealer is not working well with this powder, and this powder I feel works like with every concealer I own. And my under eyes look terrible, but they also look patchy. Like I feel like right here and right here, and there's also some product bunching up right in this area and right around here. I also see it happening like right, I just think that this is a concealer I can't use. I think if I was a decade or 2 younger, this would be a great concealer, but at almost 45, it's too dry. And I have on a lot of skincare, including a really nice eye cream, and it's just not doing me any favors. I think I'm going to switch my concealer. I'll be right back. I feel much better about this. I just put on the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I have the shade Snow. It's nice knowing that my under eyes look a lot better. I am so excited to try this. This is the Cookie Highlight. This is the new single from Benefit. They came out with, oh, there's another one. There's Cookie and, is it Tickle? I was almost said Twinkle, and I was like, it's not Twinkle. Here's the thing that's funny is I never use these little brushes. Never, never, never. So it's probably just gonna go in the trash. But look at this gorgeousness here. Oh! So when I was wearing makeup last, I was wearing the Dandelion Twinkle, and it's nice, it's really subtle. And my understanding is that this one is not subtle at all. Oh wow, that's really pretty. I just feel like I got too much on there. I feel like this is one where if you're not careful, it could really emphasize texture. I try really hard to make sure to add a smoothing primer right around where my crow's feet are, because I do run highlight right along here and then right above the arch of my brow. Oh, I got too much on my chin. It's like high wattage coverage. Gotta be careful with this highlighter. You're gonna end up looking like the Tin Man. Just gonna lightly pounce over this just to kind of tone it down a bit. So for eyes today, I wanted to use the Sydney Grace Autumn's Rain palette. I'm really excited about this. I've only used it a handful of times before. The first time I used it, I recorded it and my camera or the memory card, something went wrong and it ate it. So, and then I couldn't keep my fingers out of it, so I used it again. But okay, so I'm going to start with the shade Nature's Crown right here, and I'm just going to put this in the crease. I'm going to grab this color here. This one's called Golden Wheat. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush, and I'm going to put this just in the outer V. Don't forget to wipe your brush off if you end up getting too much product on there. I'm just using my color switch, and this doesn't have any more pigment in it. Now I'm just going to use it to blend. I'm going to use a totally clean, softer, fluffy brush to just really buff out the edges. Doesn't have anything on it. I've kind of been debating what I want to put all over the lid. I think I'm going to take this olivey green shade right here. This one's called Fallen Splendor, and I think I'm just going to use my finger because, I mean, look at that pigment, and I'm just going to tap it on the lid. The one thing I'll tell you is these metallic shades become definitely more pigmented when you use a dampened brush with them, but even on their own, they're just gorgeous. I don't want to get it too high in the crease, but I do want to blend the edge out here. I'm going to grab this really beautiful gold here. This one's called Golden Scepter, and I'm going to take it on my pinky because I want to get it as close to the inner corner as possible. Oh wow. It's going to blend for a minute here because it's really punchy. I'm just going to need to sit here and spend a significant amount of time blending because I could put too much on. There is a pale cream shade in this called Queen of the North, and I'm just going to put that right at the arch of the brow. Every time I hear Queen of the North, I think of Sansa Stark. I'm going to start out with that first really medium brown shade called Nature's Crown. I'm going to run that right along the lower lash line with a small pencil brush. And then taking a little bit of the darker brown called Golden Wheat and kind of focusing that on the outer half. I'm going to take this shade here. This is called Majestic Breeze. It's kind of like a darkened pine green, but I'm going to use a little bit of Inglot's Duraline, and I'm going to use it as a liner on my upper lash line. I've had Duraline for a long time, and I really haven't used it for much of anything until recently. I've kind of come to the opinion of, why have I been skipping out on this magical product? I think my favorite thing to do with it is to turn powder products into liquid products. So I'm able to use, I don't like to keep a lot of liners on hand because I very rarely wear a liner this way. I usually just put it in my waterline. But I thought this might be fun to. So I wasn't paying very much attention and the battery died. I was finishing up eyeliner, mascara, brows, lips. Let me tell you what I put on. I used my cream gel color in Stomper in my upper waterline. I used YSL's The Shock. I wanted something really thick and very, because I don't think that my wings are even today. I don't do winged eyeliner that often, but it was kind of a fun idea. I ended up using both the Precisely My Brow and the Gimme Brow in the shade 3 in my brows. And then on the lips, the BFF liner from Colourpop, the Angel Allesandra Hot Lips from Charlotte Tilbury, and the Dominique Cosmetics Peach Tea from the Lemonade collection. That is one of my favorite glosses. I love not just the way that it smells, but it feels nice. It doesn't get to be too sticky or too much. And I feel like it's a beautiful peachy color to go over this more peach lip that I have going on. The other thing that I did do is I sprayed my face with the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I always make sure just to list everything down below if you're curious, including the shades, but I think that it's a really pretty look. I have been more intrigued and reaching for greens more and more since I got that Autumn Trail bundle from Sydney Grace, and I think that this is a really pretty look. I like it a lot. And the fact that we're moving into fall, I feel like I can do a little bit darker, a little vampier. And this may not be dark or vampy for you, but for me, normally I wear a little bronzer in the crease and I'm good to go. I'm trying to push myself out of my makeup comfort zone. Hence the nude lips, because usually bare eyes and a bright lip. So nude lips and a more intense eye for today. You know, I kind of really like this. I'll leave notes for you down below as to how it wears. I'm going to try and remember to put a comment that's pinned so it's right at the top so you can see, but I really feel like this is a beautiful finish. And since I had down more illuminating things below, lots and lots of skincare, hydrating serums, even my SPF is very, very hydrating, and using this really made for a really, because it looks really nice. Of course, you know, I do have highlighter over the top, and I did use that dewy fixing spray, but I feel like I really do feel like it's a very pretty overall look. So yeah, definitely that L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, that's not for me. I'm too old for that. My under eye skin is like, help me, help me. That's the one thing that I was like, I'm gonna try one more time. And I'm like, no, not spring, not summer. My skin just can't handle this. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm just gonna be totally honest and tell you that it's really hard for me to ask for things from other people, but I'm gonna ask you today to subscribe if you haven't and to share my channel with a friend. I feel like in this YouTube beauty space, there are a lot of people that are in their 30s or younger, a lot of people in their 20s, and their skin is so young and bouncy and beautiful, but I do the best that I can to take care of my skin, but the truth is, I have wrinkles in my forehead and in my under eye area and laugh lines here. And I'm okay with that, but I think that I can't do my makeup the way I used to when I was younger. So watching all of those other beauty YouTubers who are still significantly younger than I am, a decade or more, you know, my face has changed a lot in the last decade. And I'm not upset about that, but I have to find new ways to do my makeup. And those are the sorts of things I'm trying to share with you. If you're not here because those are your concerns, thank you for watching anyway, but I really am trying to create a space for people who love makeup who aren't 20-something or in their late teens. So recommend my channel to a friend if you would please. I'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.